welcome. It's the Vampire Kitchen in my kitchen, and I am making a new recipe today. It is called Walking Taco Casserole. So it's basically a taco in casserole form. Oh, interesting, huh? All right, so I'm going to turn on my heat here real quick. I realize I don't have my heat on yet, so let's get that going. And I'm also going to chop some onion. Get that ready. Also. So let's do, there we go, onion. And I'm going to go get ready. I'm going to get ready to go. Okay, so let's take my onion and the knife and start chopping this onion. This recipe says 1/3 of a large onion. That's probably about more or less what this is. So there we go. This is what we're using right here. So this is, I think, going to be really similar to the recipe I have that's pasta taco shells, and they are really, really good. Okay, let's do some more of this onion. Get that going in there, and then we're going to add our 1.5 pounds of ground chuck. Of course, you can use any hamburger meat that you use. I always use ground chuck. Chop up this onion a little bit more, and I'm going to add this in. There we go. And then we're going to add in the hamburger. There we go. Stir that around. I do have a little oil in here. I didn't tell you to put oil, but I have a little oil in the bottom of the pan. Oh, I need to take these adjustment here too today. Just like every other day. Just like every other day. I did have to thaw this meat in the microwave, so part of the corners have sort of cooked, which is fine. I'll drain the liquid off here. There we go. And I have my little meat chopper. Now that I've added that meat, it's going to cool my pan right down. Turn it up a little higher so it'll go back to sizzling. Get it all nice and chopped. Now this recipe doesn't have all the same ingredients that pasta shell one does, and that pasta shell one is so good. I'm actually going to modify this a little bit to be just like this the pasta shell filling. So it's gonna work. Whoops, I dropped some stuff here. Not want that to fall. Get back in there. Dropping stuff everywhere. So I'm gonna need some cream cheese. How much do we have over here? Okay. 2 ounces of cream cheese. I'm just getting that ready. Taking out the package. Okay, I think we got this cooking again, huh? Let's turn that back down. Okay, now, the thing odd about this is it doesn't ask for any taco seasoning. So I'm not sure how they think it's a taco casserole and it has no taco seasoning. Well, I'm going to put taco seasoning in it. This shouldn't take long at all, this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the oven to 350 so it'll be ready to go. Okay, so I got all that done. We got all this out of the way. Let me see what we're going to do next. Okay. Also going to need a can of salsa. I can figure out where I put that. I'm going to need 2 cans of this. Where is the can of salsa? Please tell me I have that. Didn't accidentally take it into my mom's house. I'm not seeing it though. Well, maybe I don't have that. Let me see if I have anything in here. Oh, I do. From the last recipe I made. Good date. Oh yeah, good till next year. Alright, well, perfect. What happened to the one I had? I either lost it in the kitchen or it's at mom's. But I have exactly what I need right here, so here we go. We're doing pretty well here. Now this meat doesn't hardly have any grease in it. Yeah, I love that. Means we're just going to be done here in a minute with it. I don't even have to drain it. Normally I would drain it if it had grease in it. It has a little. Maybe I'll go ahead and drain some of it. It's got a little bit. Got a can over here I can drain it into. Oh, this pan is so heavy. Come on, pan. Turn. Tilt. Tilt. Draining very slowly. Okay, there we go. That'll be good because you don't want to grease it. There we go. Now let's go back to the original recipe that I made before for the shoals. This is where it tells me to add the taco. Okay, so first we're going to say, it tells you to add a can of chilies. Does it say, it doesn't say whether or not to drain them. So I assume I'll drain them. Don't want this real soupy. I am going to add liquid to it, so. Okay, there's a can of chilies. Those are mild chilies. I believe you could add something spicier if you would want to. Okay, let's stir that in. Sorry, my throat. Ugh. Okay, what else are we going to need in here? Alright, first we're going to add, we would add 3 tablespoons of the taco seasoning, not the whole packet. Glad I got out that other recipe because I was thinking it was the whole packet, but no. Oh, how much is in here? Maybe that's all that's in here. Let's find out. Okay. I'm going to find my measuring spoons here. you. Tablespoon and a half. But yeah, I don't know how it's going to taste like taco meat without taco seasoning. But this, and another tablespoon and a half. But yeah, it doesn't tell you to add taco seasoning. I'm like, there's only a little, there's probably a couple teaspoons left in there. How is that going to taste like a taco seasoning? But it will now. Fixed it. Trying to put this in a container. There we go. Alright, so now let's stir that around. Then we're going to add our 2 ounces of cream cheese and let that melt. So I'm going to put that in the bottom. Those Doritos I have are going to have some flavoring on them, but that's okay. There we go. Going to cut this cream cheese into chunks, so hopefully it will melt faster. Two ounces. Now it tells you can serve this with lettuce, shredded lettuce, tomatoes, extra salsa. I'm actually going to put the salsa in it. I'm not going to serve the salsa with it because that other recipe puts salsa in it. I'm going to put the salsa in it. I think it makes it so much better. So I'm going to put, but you don't have to put the salsa in it. You can serve it on the side if you want. Alright, there we go. Alright, let me get this going here. Come on now. I need you to melt. Here, let's put the hamburger on top. Maybe it'll steam it better. There. Then I'm going to open. I am going to start with 1 can. Enchilada sauce. And the other recipe, I did actually add a second can. So I did get 2 cans, so I'm sure I'm going to need 2 cans with this one too. Because I don't like it dry. You know, I like it nice and moist, so that's what I'm aiming for here. Okay, we're getting closer here. Getting this all nice and softened. It would be better if you didn't start with ice cold cream cheese. It wouldn't take this long. But I just took it out of the refrigerator. I think I'm going to take it to a antihistamine real quick. Just hold on here. Get an antihistamine. Although, that's going to take a while to kick in. Let's get started. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, go back, stir this some more. And I want to get this all over the meat. Try to get that spread around. Get the pieces that are not. Good morning. Or evening, depending where you are in the world. Okay, so I pretty much got that melted now, that cream cheese. Okay, so then we're going to do, let's see where we are in the recipe here. Okay, let's start with 1 can of the enchilada sauce. See where we're at. I also don't want it to be taco soup. And this is a different recipe, so I need to kind of check. See what it looks like. Maybe one will be enough, I don't know. Since I'm adding the salsa in also. Let's just see where it stands. Okay, there's the enchilada sauce. And this only takes 15 to 20 minutes in the oven because it only has to... Oh, that's actually not bad right there. That really is not bad. For the pasta shells, you want it soupier, but for this recipe, I don't think I do. It says take a bag of cheese. This one is not real good with the measurements. I assume it means a 2-cup bag of cheese. And I've just got, what do I have? I just have cheddar cheese. I want to use this first, though. Let's use that cheese first. Okay. I guess I should have gotten the Mexican cheese, but I didn't. That's okay. Cheddar will be perfect. Now, yeah, I think that's good. So then I'm going to add in, I would say, a cup of salsa. This is medium salsa. This is just Publix brand. Use any kind you want. And you don't have to add it in. As a matter of fact, it doesn't tell you to add it in. It tells you to add it on top, but I'm adding it in. I want it to be nice and hot, like the casserole. I think we're just going to do 1 can of this enchilada sauce. There's the salsa. I say, if you like it on top, or cold, or room temperature, then don't add it in. There. Yeah, that's going to be good right there, I think. Now, we are going to, let me read my directions here. That's it. So, and then you're going to take a 9 by 13 pan, like this. And you're going to layer it. Okay, so then you're going to, what does it say to do first? Now, this tells you to get a bag, doesn't tell you what size bag, tells you to get a bag of Frito chips. And I don't like Fritos at all. So I got a bag of Doritos. I think you can use any kind of tortilla chip. So, like I said, no Fritos for me then. So I got Doritos. So what you're going to do is you're going to layer some Doritos in the pan. And I like it if you crush them up, because they're easier to eat than a big old bite of thing. Because if you've ever had an actual walking taco, you smash up the chips and you dump the salsa stuff. You dump the stuff into it. Let me see now. Am I doing this right? Frito chips, meat, mixture, shredded cheese. Repeat layers. But how often do I repeat the layers? It doesn't say how often to repeat the layers. So, how many layers? It doesn't tell me how many layers. Yeah, I should do 3 layers. So you're going to put down your chips in your 9 by 13 pan. Like I said, I like to crush them. They'll be easier to eat. Okay, you have a layer of chips. And then you're going to add, so then let's add 1/3 of this meat. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Maybe it would have been better with 2 layers, I don't know. Just doesn't say, this recipe leaves much to be desired. It really does. And then you're going to put in 1/3 of your cheese. So do 2 or 3 layers, whatever you think's going to work. I think this will still be, it's all going to be together. It'll be fine. Okay, a layer of cheese. Then you're going to do another layer of your Fritos, Doritos. I imagine if you use Fritos, you don't have to smash those out. Because they're already pretty small, I guess. But I just don't like them. They taste terrible to me. Doritos. Of course, Doritos have a lot of this seasoning on here, too. Doritos I do like. Okay, let's do one more little bit of that. There you go. Keep this nice and flat. Let's do another 1/3 of our meat. I was trying to prevent that. Not working very well with it. Okay. There you go. Okay, so we can spread this out. I wonder if we could have used more meat. I've got some big chunks of meat in there. Okay, another 1/3 of the cheese. This cheese is probably going to make this. Okay. Then we're going to do the rest of the chips. I normally don't like tacos, but because it uses like these chips, I really like a walking taco. It's actually really good. So the thing I don't like about tacos, I've determined, is I don't like tortilla shells. Not the corn, and I really don't like the flour a lot either. The flour ones are gummy, and the corn tortillas are too crunchy, and I just don't, yeah. I don't like the tortilla shells. That's what I don't like. I don't mind. I love the filling. So, but I like Doritos. So, this works for me. This actually makes me like tacos. How about that? It really is just one thing I didn't like. But I just know, right? Like I said, my mother absolutely loves tacos. She'll eat the shell. She doesn't mind those at all. Trying to press this out so we don't have, we seem to have the outside. This is almost like a Dorito casserole. So many Doritos. All right, let me get that off my hands. Ugh. I should have just licked that off my hand. Oh, that didn't work well, did it? Get that off of there. Ugh. It's a mess. With orange. Orange is getting everywhere. Okay, now we're going to put the rest of the meat on top. Try to get aim on the outside edges here. I did try to save the majority of meat for top, and it looks like I succeeded, doesn't it? I should have probably measured it better than this. Oh well. At least this tortilla chips won't get all burnt. Or the Doritos, rather. Okay, so then you're going to put the final layer of cheese on top of this. And like I said, it's only $3.50. You're only going to bake it 15-20 minutes. So I may not actually bake this till right before I go. I'm going to go put my makeup on first, and then I'll put it in the oven. And you do it till the cheese is melted. There you go, walking taco casserole. Then we're going to find out what this is like, huh? Have to report back in the future and tell you how it was. After we eat it. There we go. Looks tasty, huh? I'll tell you, Mom's gonna love this. As long as she doesn't go into crazy town and decide she doesn't like it. All of a sudden decide she doesn't like something she loves. Never know with her. Okay. Now I'm all set. I'm going to put this in the sink. And we are done for now, and I will see you shortly to do makeup. Thanks for watching. Bye.